Alright, what's up guys, it's Poochie. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Just wanted to thank you guys so much for the support on the first two videos thus far, and just wanted to remind you all, if you guys are enjoying the video at any point at all, please do be sure to subscribe. We're a brand new channel and we're trying to get our names out there, so any support on this video and any videos moving forward would be greatly appreciated. So I'm not gonna be honest with you guys, I'm about to puke. Let me explain. So today is Sunday for me. The thought process was, I'm going to play this map on Saturday and edit on Sunday. So why am I playing right now? I threw the first game of Shi No Numa that I played in my editing software, and I was not recording audio, like with my mic. Throw it in the editing software and it's literally just raw gameplay. And it's so freaking crazy because it was like the most perfect game of Shi No Numa ever. I said my thoughts and opinions about the map, and I got the Wonder Wall first try, and it was smooth sailing after that. And again, I threw it in my editing software, and I wasn't recording my voice, and here we are. So the thought process was, I'm like, okay, I'm going to play on Saturday, edit it on Sunday, render it Sunday night to post it on Monday, and then on Monday, do the description for the video, make the thumbnail for the video, and then post it for you all on Tuesday. And my plans are ruined, but hopefully I'm still going to be able to get the video out on time. I probably will. Anyways, Shi No Numa, my thoughts and opinions about this map. I'm sure you guys can tell by the title of today's video. I think I named it something like Shi No Numa is iconic and forgettable at the same time, so I definitely have my thoughts and opinions on this map, and let me explain. So Shi No Numa introduces so many iconic features that we know and loved that are still in zombies today. That being, the return of the Perca-Colas. It introduces the Hellhounds for the first time. The most iconic mid-round boss or, side boss wave that we've ever had. Everyone loves the Hellhounds. Introduces a lot of people's favorite wonder weapon of all time, the Wonder Wall. Introduces everyone's favorite crew, the OG4. That being Dempsey, Takeo. I just lost my train of thought. Dempsey, Takeo, Richtofen, and Nikolai. Introduces those four. Introduces probably the coolest trap and most iconic trap of all time, the Flogger. Introduces the Zipline, which has made how many appearances in zombies? This is an underrated feature. Introduces, no, that was Verrucht, where it moves the box, because imagine how OP the box would be if it never moved. But you guys see where I'm getting at? So many iconic features were brought to life on this map. This was the first time we ever saw any of these features, and for that reason, a lot of people love this map and have it rated very highly, and think of it very highly in their favorite zombies maps of all time. And it was such a contrast from the previous map being Verrucht. It kind of just depends on the type of player you are, but if you're someone that enjoys the more casual gameplay, and you like a lot of room to work with, you like a really strong wonder weapon, and you just like to have a chill game of zombies, this is going to be the map for you, and a lot of people love it for that reason. Again, I feel like it's completely reliant on the type of player you are. But, a lot of people are just chill zombies players. They just want to have a game of zombies where they don't have to stress too much. And this is that map for you if you're that type of player. Now, let me explain the other half of today's, the title of today's video. Why I personally feel like it's forgettable. But I also, I just gave this map its flowers at the same time. But, if you guys did watch my previous video, you guys do know that I would consider myself a hardcore zombies player. That being, I like the challenge of zombies. I find a lot of enjoyment in, not knowing if I'm even going to make it or survive the next round. I feel like as a wave-based survival game, that's what it should bring out of you. Those are the feelings that you should get. And that's just how I prefer to play zombies. I enjoy the more difficult maps. Some of my favorites of all time that a lot of people, you know, don't like. 5. I love 5. I love Shangri-La. I love Varuk, you know. The more difficult, challenging maps is just what grabs me and grabs my attention. So, with me saying Varuk and giving it its praises in the last video, you guys can kind of see where I'm going for today's video with Shi No Numa. Yes, I am aware and acknowledge it brought so many iconic features to zombies that are still around today that we all know and love. Just for me, it doesn't do it for me just because of how, I guess, easy this map is, and that's just the simplest way I can break it down for you. It depends, like, your enjoyment level on this map really depends on the type of player you are, whether you are a hardcore or a casual. Me being a hardcore, this map doesn't really do it for me. And that's not to say that it's a bad map, but just, I'm kind of spoiling my tier list later on, but it's my least favorite zombies map in this game. And it's not bad. I swear to you, I don't think it's a bad map. But I just enjoyed the previous 2 maps so much more because of how challenging they were. And I just felt like both maps were so much more dynamic and engaging in their gameplay. The main reason why I love Varuk so much, and I brought it up in my previous video, was the sense of challenge that it brought while innovating so much at the same time. That map introduced the Perca-Colas for the first time. You were split up from your teammates, so you were forced to interact with them. You know, you were forced to engage with them. And, you know, a lot of those engagements, I was laughing at the end of my last video, I just found hilarious because there were so many, like, heated arguments of, like, no, you have to open the door because I want to camp here, or no, you guys have to open the door because I want to train here, you know what I mean? It's that engaging gameplay that I love, and I feel like, ooh, am I in trouble here? I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I think I'm good. But yeah, Varuk was so dynamic, and you had to engage with your teammates, and I loved it for that reason. Whereas on this map, I feel like there's so much training room, and you have so much space to work with, along with the introduction of the Wunderwaffe, which is, everyone loves, you know, who doesn't like the Wunderwaffe? But you have so much room to work with, and you can kind of just do your own thing, you know what I mean? I feel like you can really sit back and relax on this map. Whereas on Varuk, any of the challenging maps that I named previously, you really have to be sat up in your chair and focus the entire time. And I feel like as a survival and wave-based game mode, that's what it should bring out of you, you know? You shouldn't feel like yeah, I can just lean back in my chair and I can just relax because I have so much room to work with. I have the Wunderwaffe. I can just chill. And if you are that type of player, you know, kudos to you, you know. I just enjoy the game differently. And again, it's not to say that it's a bad map. I enjoy this map a lot. If I'm trying to have, you know, just a chill game of zombies, you can for sure load up a match of Shi No Numa and just really chill and relax. But that's just not what I'm looking for in zombies, and that's why I just prefer the other maps over it. Now, those are my thoughts and opinions out of the way. There's a couple other things that I wanted to talk about. I really just wanted to thank you guys for the support on the videos thus far. I brought it up in my previous videos, how I'm a multiplayer guy. At least on my previous YouTube channel. You guys can try to find it if you guys want. But I've always been a multiplayer guy when it comes to making videos. I really would just, like, you know, record clips and highlights of my matches of multiplayer and just post it. So not only did I switch game modes completely, you know, multiplayer and zombies are really nothing alike. So I swapped game modes completely. And in multiplayer, I just said it, like recording like clips and highlights of my matches. So I went from that to making commentary style videos and switching game modes. So, and that transition, just being very honest and like vulnerable with you guys, has been very scary for me. Very, very scary. And the support you guys have shown thus far has made that transition so much easier for me. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much, because I was very nervous to make the switch to zombies, even though I've always loved it. You know, I've mentioned it before, how much I love zombies and love this game mode. And I played it so much, but I just never posted it for whatever reason. So switching has been very scary, but the support you guys have shown thus far has made that transition so much easier. So again, thank you guys so much. And I want honest feedback from you guys, because this is just something that I've noticed. Even though we're 2 videos deep, I've noticed this already. And you guys let me know what you think. I feel like I've already grown as a commentator, I guess, so much from video 1 to video 2, from that knocked video to the Verrucht video. I feel like in that first video, I was really having a hard time getting my thoughts out there. Just a lot of pauses, and I feel like you could already see that growth from video 1 to video 2. So you guys let me know if you agree with that, and as I said in the previous 2 videos, please do give me any constructive criticism and feedback, because I just want to make these videos as enjoyable as I can for you all. So any feedback that you guys have for me, please do leave it in the comments, and I'm going to be reading those, because I just want you guys to enjoy watching these as much as I've been enjoying making them so far, and I want to get better at it with every single video that I put out. So you guys let me know how I can improve, because I want you guys to enjoy it, and I want to have that much more fun making every one of these videos. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention, so I brought up at the end of the match on Verrucht how I wanted to make a tier list, and I showed it at the end of that video. Make a tier list of where I would rank each zombies map, and if I'm able to make it through all the way to BO6, how I would make a giant tier list video at the very end. And I wanted to explain my rankings thus far, where I rank Knock and where I rank Verrucht. So let me just start from the beginning. So I think from top to bottom, I don't have the tier list pulled up right now, but I think from top to bottom, I named it the GOATs. Then after that, I have Amazing. Then I have Good. After that, it's Eh. I think after that, I named it Could Care Less. And then the last one is just straight up trash, you know, bad zombies maps. So, Knock, the very beginning. First zombies map, the OG. Play Sitting Good. I feel like you have to, you know, you have to show your respect to Knock. Because it was the original zombies map, I mean, you can't have it anywhere but, like, above the middle, you know what I mean? You have to give it its props. It's the OG, it's what started it all, you know what I mean? It set the foundation for, zombies. It's what got everyone hooked, you know? The sense of having to survive and against endless wave of zombies, and you know, I already went on and on about it in my first video, but you have to give it its props, and it depends again on the type of player you are. I'm a hardcore player. I like the challenge, and it reels me in, you know. Not knowing if I'm gonna make it past that next round gives me that sense of anxiousness, and I love that in a map of zombies and in a game of zombies. So Knock, I really enjoy. It's the OG. I like the challenge, so it's a good map. It's a really good map in my opinion. Verrucht, the next map, I put it in Amazing, and not gonna lie, I glazed the hell out of that map in my previous video. I feel like it did everything that Knock did with being difficult, but it just expanded so much more and innovated so much more for the zombies game mode. Added the Perca-Colas for the first ever time. Added traps, which were really helpful on that map. Just added more room to work with, you know? But it still had that sense of challenge, you know? You had to open up to get to power, which they introduced for the first time, you know? You had to open up to get to power so you can turn on all the perks, and it just innovated so much. And even though it was still a tiny map, it gave you just enough room to work with, and that sense of challenge that Nocta gave me, Varrock did that as well, while innovating so much. And bottom line, I just love that map. You guys can watch my previous video if you guys want to hear me go more in depth about it, but just how dynamic the gameplay was on that map, forcing you to interact with your teammates because you were separated. I could just go on and on about that map. I just love it so much, bottom line. So you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions. Yes, I'm basically set up. I'm not trading the Thompson. Basically set up now, but yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions. Where I rank those two maps, if you would change anything, if you agree with it, you let me know. Now, based off of everything that I've said thus far, my question for you guys is, where do you think I would rank Shi No Numa? Based off of what I said so far. And where would you rank it in the tier list? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, for me, again, just my opinion. I mentioned in my previous video how I knew a lot of people wouldn't agree with me. Just my opinion.
Son of a bitch.
Shi No Numa, however you want to say it, I am going to place an E. Now, do I think it's a bad map? Absolutely not. Can I get on Shi No Numa and enjoy myself? For sure. If I'm trying to have casual game of zombies, sit back, relax, train with the Wonderwalk, I will load up a match of Shi No Numa. But again, I feel like depending on the type of player you are, that's like your level of enjoyment of this map. That's what's going to really determine it. I enjoy the challenge, and Shi No Numa just doesn't do it for me. And that kind of just leads back to the title of today's video. Shi No Numa is so iconic, and it introduced even more features than Varrock. And you have to give it its flowers for that. Introducing the Hellhounds, the Flogger, the Zipline, the Wonderwalk, the OG crew, you know, Dempsey, Nikolai, Takio, Richtofen, introduced all of that. But this is strictly off of the gameplay. It's just forgettable for me. You can see it right now. I'm rambling and just chilling because I have so much room to work with. And I feel like with all of those innovations that this map brought, we took a step back in that dynamic and engaging gameplay because you just have so much room to work with. If you're playing with a squad of 4, you know, everyone can kind of just do their own thing, and you really don't have to work together too much unless you're camping in each one of the huts, which is what I enjoy, you know, interacting with my teammates, working together with them. You can even do that camping on the zipline. But if everyone's just doing their own thing, training or just running around, that's where I feel like this map can get just boring sometimes with the gameplay loop, and it gets a little repetitive, and you know, that's just where I stand on the map. Now if you're camping, if you have everyone camping, if you guys are all in one of the huts, you know, each one of the huts has 2 windows. You know, you got 2 people watching the back, 2 people watching the front. That is super fun. And in my video on Varrock, I mentioned that, how camping on that map was so much fun. Now, if that's what we're doing, I can load up Shi No Numa and have a fucking blast. You know what I mean? But I feel like Varrock did that. But you can even have that as a solo player. You know what I mean? The hallway with double tap. On the other side of the wall, that long hallway where if you keep your back against the power room, you could camp as a solo player. Whereas on Shi No Numa, where are you going to camp by yourself and not get completely screwed? Most realistic answer is right here, but even then you have to watch both ways, you know what I mean? So that's just my thoughts on Shi No Numa and where I would place it on my tier list. It's just F for me. Does it mean it's a bad map? No. But again, I just feel like with all the gameplay, with all the innovations in this map, I just feel like the gameplay took a hit. Again, just my opinion. I knew that a lot of people wouldn't agree with it, but it's just my least favorite zombies map in this game. But still not a bad map, you know. Playing it right now, enjoying myself, and just having a relaxed game of zombies. And if that's what you're looking for, this map will give it to you for sure. Now, I haven't even talked about the game that we're in right now. The strategy for this map, I mean, you've seen it. You literally just run around in this area. You have a lot of room to work with. You have the flogger right here if you're out of ammo for whatever reason. Thompson ammo right there. Box right there. Betty's right there, you know. You just run around in circles right here until you get bored, honestly. Because there's only 24 zombies in every round in World at War solo, you just shoot the one they're off 3 times and the round is over. That's it, you know. Kills 10 zombies per shot, 24 zombies per round. You guys see what I'm getting at here? 3 shots per round, go a couple rounds, you get your max ammo from the dogs, rinse and repeat. And that's what I'm referring to when I say this map is... it's very laid back, it's very chill, and you know, if that's what you're looking for, you know, more power to you, but just doesn't provide the challenge for me. And you kind of just play on this map until you know, you get bored. Yeah, that's basically the strategy. If you ever run out of ammo, you can run them through the flogger. I have Betty's in my inventory, you can run the zombies through there in the early rounds. It's just a very simple, laid back map. And, you know, you can find enjoyment in that if that's the type of player you are. And even for me, you know, I'm enjoying myself right now. I can load up this map every once in a while and have a good time, but is this a map that I can sit here and play every day? I don't think so, unless I have people to play with every day. But me being primarily a solo player these days, I'll come back to this map, you know, every once in a while. And, play it once, you know, but anything more than that, I don't think so, you know what I mean? But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on this map down below in the comments. If you guys agree, disagree, I'm more than open to listen to you guys and know how you feel about this map. Now, I don't think I've mentioned it thus far. I did say how yesterday I recorded this exact video, and I had no audio in it, so I don't remember if this was yesterday that I mentioned this or if I mentioned it in this video, but I will say it again. I made a TikTok, so the plan is just to upload, you know, little clips from each one of these videos and just upload them to TikTok, you know, just as a form of short form content. So if you guys have a TikTok, you want to check it out, you want to give me a follow, I will greatly appreciate it. I will be following every single one of you guys back, just as a way to say thank you and to show you guys support as well. So if you guys do want to check that out, I will have a link in the description of today's video, and I'll also probably just throw it up on the screen right now, my in my profile, if you guys do want to give me a follow. So check that out if you guys want. Again, link in the description. And I think that's all I got. So I mentioned it, you guys have seen the last 2 videos. The goal in each one of these is just to play until around 30 or until I die, whatever happens first, and just end it off there. So I mean, you guys have seen the strategy so far. You literally just run circles with the Wonder off until you get bored. If you run out of ammo, you have the flogger right here. And for insta-kills, this is why I have the Thompson, it just ends the round so fast. Alternative strategy, I'll do it this round for you all. For whatever reason, if you're either bored or you run out of ammo, you do have bouncing Betties. And luckily, you know, you move super fast with these things. So you can just train them all up, get a decent amount of distance between you and the zombies, place a Betty down, and it'll get rid of most of the horde. And then place the second one down, and that should be round. So, yeah, I've said it a bunch, this map is very simple. And for the ones that, you know, just want to have a chill game of zombies, this is going to do it for you. So, I think I have all of the zombies. Yeah. So, literally, this is what you do. Just place down a Betty. I'm going to throw down a second one for any of the stragglers. Did it just... Oh, it works. See that? So basically, Betty's did the entire round. Next round, I won't show you the whole thing, I'll cut it up. Next round, I'm going to use the flogger, because I haven't even utilized this yet. But yeah, that's basically the strat on this map. Super, super simple. Alright, I believe I have all of them grouped up, so I'm going to use the flogger now. And, yep. Oh wow, they made it through. Yeah, you guys get the gist. So any zombies, or for whatever reason, if you run out of ammo, just run the zombies right here, get your distance, run them through the trap, and you guys see I basically did the entire round with the Bettys, and now I just did the entire round with the flogger. And now look, dog round. You can refill your ammo and you wander off, and that's it. You know what I mean? Super simple strategy. You basically just play until you get bored. Again, if you guys like the chill gameplay, this is what it's going to do for you. If you guys like camping, you guys can sit in each one of the huts with 4 players and have a good time that way. So, kind of similar to Varrock. You know, there is the variance in gameplay, but I feel like on this map, it's more reliant on how many players you have. But, yeah, I mean, it's about as simple as it gets. You know what I thought of just to speed up the rounds? I really should be placing my Bettys just around the area just to get rid of the zombies faster. And you know what? I'll even do this. So this should make the rounds go by even faster than they already have. Look at that. See, I don't even have to do anything. Oh my god. I almost died there. I'm talking like with such confidence. Oh my god, I'm gonna do this, this, and that, and I was probably one hit away from dying. Jesus Christ, bro. You know what's funny? Speaking of dying, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. In my last video on Varrock, where I died on round 27, I think, my ego took a hit for sure. I definitely didn't think I was ever gonna die in any one of these videos. You know, because of there being only 24 zombies per round on World at War, I'm like, you know, there's no shot, you know. I'm very aware at how hard World at War zombies can be at times, but I'm like, 24 zombies per round, I have traps on every map other than knock, this should be no problem. So whenever I died last video on Varrock, my ego definitely took a hit, and it kind of like humbled me, I'm not gonna lie, to not think so cocky while I'm playing these maps. Because, you know, World at War can be very glitchy and buggy at times. And because of that, you know, sometimes the game's just gonna be over, like, in the blink of an eye, just like how it was on Varrock. So, I don't know. I guess a little humbling moment for myself, but we're already coming to the end of this game already. I'm gonna open up my recording here in a second. Let me place my Bettys and turn on the trap. Yeah, we're only 29 minutes into the recording and we're damn near at the end already. You know, we go until we die or we go until around 30, whichever happens first. But you guys have seen it, how basic this map is. And I guess that'll lead us into almost at the end of the video. That'll lead us into the next map, being Derice. No spoilers. All I will say is that Derice is one of my favorite maps of all time. And I feel like it's damn near a perfect zombies map. But with that being said, I'll leave it off there, and I think I'll outro this video right now. I've said it before, given that there's only 24 zombies per round, I can sense that we're pretty much at the end of this video here on round 28. So wanted to thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you guys for the support thus far. I've said it a bunch, but you guys have made this transition to zombies way more smoother than I thought it would be, so thank you guys again so much. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys have any constructive criticism for me and feedback on how to make these videos better, because I want to improve at this commentary style, and I want to make these videos as enjoyable as possible for you guys. And also, do let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of my thoughts and opinions on Shi No Numa, and where you would place it amongst all of the zombies maps of all time, and I guess within World at War as well, where you would rank it amongst the 4 maps in this game. But yeah, other than that, I think it's going to do it for me, guys. If you guys did enjoy the video at any point, please do be sure to subscribe, drop a comment, like, all that good stuff. And yeah, it's been Poochie. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later. Peace out, guys.